Hey everybody, welcome. We're continuing the Quran annotation review from the first time I read it all the way through. We're in Hud and we're picking up on number 16. And before we get started, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Okay. They are those for whom there is nothing in the hereafter but the fire. Vain are the designs they framed therein, and no effect are the deeds that they do. No effect. And then on 28 I underlined, shall we compel you to accept it when ye are averse to it? And then 41, so he said, embark ye on the ark in the name of Allah, whether it move or be at rest, for my Lord is, be sure, oft forgiving, most merciful. 43. The son replied, I will betake myself to some mountain. It will save me from the water. Noah said, this day nothing can save from the command of Allah, any but those on whom He hath mercy. And the waves came between them, and the son was among those overwhelmed in the flood. And then on 44 I underlined Mount Judy. 45, Justice of Judges. Justice of Judges. 46, he said, O Noah, he is not of thy family, for his conduct is unrighteous. So ask not of me that of which thou hast no knowledge. I give thee counsel lest thou act like the ignorant. Noah said, O my Lord, I do seek refuge with thee, lest I ask thee for that of which I have no knowledge, and unless thou forgive me and have mercy on me, I should indeed be lost. And then on 49, such are some of the stories of the unseen which we have revealed unto thee. Before this neither thou nor thy people knew them, so persevere patiently, for the end is for those who are righteous. To the Ad people we sent Hud, one of their own brethren. He said, O my people, worship Allah, ye have no other God but Him. Your other gods ye do nothing but invent. O my people, I ask of you no reward for this message. My reward is from none but Him who created me. Will ye not then understand? Will ye not then understand? He's like, oh, the other gods that are created, just like, you made it up. You made it up. 54. We say nothing but that perhaps some of our gods may have seized thee with imbecility. What? And then on 59, Ad, the people of Hud, and then says the Thamud people, and then Salih. They sent Salih to the Thud people. 64. And O my people, this she-camel of Allah is a symbol to you. Leave her to feed on Allah's free earth, and inflict no harm on her, or a swift penalty will seize you. And 66, Salih, I underlined him again. And then on 70, Luth, right? Isaac and Jacob. Sometimes just a name stands out. 72, I put a little dot next to it. She said, alas for me, shall I bear a child, seeing I am an old woman, and my husband here is an old man? That would indeed be a wonderful thing. Having babies. Little babies. Okay, 84. To the Madian people we sent Shuaib, one of their own brethren. And then farther down, you the penalty of a day that will compass you all around. A day that will compass you all around. 89. And O my people, let not my descent from you cause you to sin, lest ye suffer a fate similar to that of the people of Noah, or of Hud, or of Saleh, nor are the people of Luth far off from you. That's scary, right? And then on 95 I underlined Madian and Thamud. 97. Unto Pharaoh and his chiefs, but they followed the command of Pharaoh, and the command of Pharaoh was no right guide. Look at that. The command of Pharaoh was no right kind. You see it? 100. These are some of the stories of communities which we relate unto thee. Of them some are standing, and some have been mown down by the sickle of time. Mown down by the sickle. Now, there's probably a different translation of that, but of the word, right? Because a sickle is like, it's that curved thing that you use to cut down the wheat. And in most iconography, it's also like another meaning for like getting your head chopped off. Right? Because, I don't know, maybe that's so like a Western thing, but also in Mexico they have that word. 112. Therefore stand firm in the straight path, as thou art commanded. Thou and those with thee turn unto Allah, and transgress not from the path, for he seeth well all that ye do. Don't go on the path, stand straight and firm. I've been feeling that today, you know. You gotta stand firm, and you can't let people push you to do things you don't want to do. You know, it's a very good point. 115. And be steadfast in patience, for verily Allah will not suffer the reward of the righteous to perish. Man, I've been thinking about that a lot. Especially now that there's just a lot of misery. For a lot of people, a lot of them is just all over the world, but with this virus, and then if you have to work, you feel great because you don't want to be stuck at home. But the way in which people treat you, it's interesting. It takes a lot of patience, man. It really does. And then also 116. Balanced good sense, prohibiting men from mischief in the earth. Balanced good sense, right? Not just tilted one way. Except a few among them whom we saved from harm. But the wrongdoers pursued the enjoyment of the good things of life, which were given them, and persisted in sin. See, which were given them, right? Persisted in sin. Why were there not among the generations before you persons possessed of balanced good sense? Good question, man. Good question. Very good question. 117. Nor would thy Lord be the one to destroy communities for a single wrongdoing, if its members were likely to mend. That's a fair point, man. There comes a point when you see something that's so corrupt, you're just like, man, this is just insane. This is just insane. It's basically how I feel about San Francisco and the Bay Area. Like, this is just insane. You got rich people living next to just open drug use, just pooping in the street, and you're like, this is insane. This isn't working. This is not, and then you wonder, like, the creator, allows this type of decay to happen in these areas because, so much corruption, right? So when I look at it now, it's like, okay, like in Philadelphia, you're like, the people allowed it. They bring it upon yourself. You allow cancer to spread and ignore it. Can you really blame the creator when you do nothing to heal it? Oh, right. Now we're in Yusuf. Yes. And I remember the differences in this one. In 25, she tore his shirt from the back. Yes, I remember that this was very unique in that. 26, he said, it was she that sought to seduce me from my true self. And again, I think this is important because it doesn't let women off the hook for the seduction they do, right? It's very interesting. Very interesting. And it also warns young men that there really are women, I think this is known by everybody, but that will use their body to manipulate you for a worse end, for their own gain. And that young men should guard against that. Don't just be fooled by the aesthetics. It's really scary. And one of her household saw this, and bore witness thus, if it be that his shirt is rent from the front, then is her tale true, and he is a liar. But if it be that his shirt is torn from the back, then she is a liar, and he is telling the truth. That's amazing. And then the wife of the great Aziz, I underlined that. Yes, because she would have been like, hi, how are you? And he comes over and he's like, but it's like, no, she grabbed at him. And that's even more scary, is that she assaulted him. It's sexual assault. Like, a lot of men think, oh, I wish a girl would do that to me, but it's like, no, you don't. If you don't like her, you don't like her. You know? Just kind of shows you how piggish some people can be. 31. When she heard of their malicious talk, she sent for them and prepared a banquet for them. She gave each of them a knife, and she said to Joseph, come out before them. When they saw him, they did extol him, and in their amazement cut their hands. They said, Allah preserve us, no mortal is this. This is none other than a noble angel. And this was amazing because that was like, wait, what? Joseph was handsome? I would never, ever want to see somebody who I would cut my hand for. Let's just put it that way. That's too much. Just, why are you making me see that? No bueno.